Good evening, everyone. I am Angela Gag, and you're watching Angie live in Dubai. We're here at the VUUZLE TV studios right here in Media City. Like the rest of the world, we've hit a global reset, and I'm featuring different guests and segments which can help put a smile on your face, escape the day, and also assist with the things that can make your life better, easier, less complex, and just all around awesome. Having a media platform gives me a personal responsibility to use my voice and give back to society. I use my voice to send messages to our viewers, and I give back to society by inviting local businesses, entrepreneurs, influencers, artists in every area, real estate experts, producers, celebrities, and activists onto the show. And I always have something special for you guys at home. The theme of today's show is empowerment. Empowerment is the ability to do something about your needs, your wants, your opinions, your beliefs, your feelings, and your desires. Most people feel like they're not living their dreams. They're stuck in unsatisfying jobs, and they don't have enough money to live the lifestyle that they need and want. They feel tired and demotivated. Well, today we're going to do something to get that slump off of you and make you feel complete. Kaya Peters joins me today. She's been featured in publications like Women's Health, Time Out Dubai and Abu Dhabi, The Gulf News, Aquarius Magazine, Yoga Life, Shape, and many more. She says that 7 years ago, she was broke and lived in her car. Now, she has several lucrative businesses built on her passions, which give her both financial freedom and satisfaction. She travels the world and truly lives her dreams. She says she believes the option is out there for everyone. She has created this beautiful life by stepping out of her comfort zone. And today, she's here to share her real life experiences with me and you guys at home. More with me and Kaya when we get back from this short commercial break. Welcome back, guys at home. I am Angela Gag, and you're locked into VUUZLE TV right here in Media City, Dubai. Guys at home, thanks so much for joining me. Today's show is all about empowerment. It's going to be simply amazing. I've got Kaya Peters in the studios. Kaya, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
I admire the success that you've had, everything that you have gone through as you know, you've built yourself, your career. So it's really important right now with the current times with COVID, you know, a lot of people have lost their jobs and, you know, people are struggling. So having a success story like yourself and somebody who's been through it all, just amazing. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. That's so kind. Thank you.
Of course. Welcome. But Kaya, one thing I like to do before we actually get into, your work, your career, everything that you're doing with coaching, with yoga, with mentorship, I want to talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
So sure. I like my viewers to get to know, the woman behind the scenes.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about you, the early years. Tell me a little bit about Kaya.
Right. So what can I tell you? I'm from Netherlands. I was born and raised in the Netherlands until about the age of 20. Well, in my early 20s, I had a very strong spiritual awakening, so to say. I was working as a bartender. I had a totally different life than what I have today. I was working as a bartender in Amsterdam, and one day I woke up and something hit me and said, okay, this is not what you're meant to be doing. So I went to Thailand, went on a whole spiritual journey, ended up changing my life and, traveling the whole world before I came to Dubai when I was 28 and started my business here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very, very short version. A lot happened, obviously, in all these times. But yeah, I had quite an interesting life, I guess.
So how long have you lived in Dubai?
8 years.
8 years. You've been here 8 years. Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So spiritual awakening, you traveled, you went to Thailand. Of course, Thailand is big with yoga, holistic, everything.
Yeah.
So is that where you got involved in that world?
Yeah, that was where I was introduced. I was like a partying bartender in Amsterdam, and then I just went straight to a monastery in Thailand and had like a big shift, and then my whole life started changing.
Oh, wow. Wow, so you completely did.
100%, like such a big turnaround. It was crazy, actually. Very confusing at that time as well.
But that's good because maybe people watching are going going through the same thing, and somebody watching out there could be struggling mentally and dealing. Some people just turn to partying and to this sort of things, and they don't know there's a whole other world out there, like you said, spirituality.
True. And a lot of people think it's like really normal, right, to get drunk on a regular basis, or to be smoking on a daily basis, or to take drugs. I mean, not so much in the UAE, but they think it's normal.
Right, in
they
Europe and these Amsterdam,
exactly,
of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But actually, it's not really normal, particularly not when it's in a compulsive way. And I think a lot of people are actually addicted to substances to alter their mindset. So it's quite like, you know, it's quite intense that this is actually something that's so common. And I used to be totally in that world.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So
Yeah.
something happened and you just said, I'm going to change my life.
I just had like I don't know. I mean, I'm
an
not
awakening.
An awakening. I'm not a religious person, but I really felt it came straight from God. Like I felt like I really was told, like, okay, this is not your path. You have to go and do something else.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of the monastery. That's so interesting.
That was so yeah. It was so difficult, to be honest, because like I said, I was a bartender. I was used to be partying all the time. I had people around me all the time. I was always like, you know, you can imagine what your life looks like. And I came to this monastery, and we had to be completely in silence. We were sleeping on concrete. We were separated from men. We didn't get any food after midday, and I just like, I literally lost it. I was such a young, like, unaware person, and it was a really big shift for me, really big change, and quite challenging. But I'm glad I did it. Yeah.
Oh wow! How long were you in that monastery
That
for?
monastery was only a 10-day time.
But that's more than enough to break you.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure.
It was intense.
Right,
yeah, it
right.
was intense. But I ended up staying in Thailand for close to a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that do go to Thailand for the same reason, for, you know, yoga, for spirituality, diet, cleansing.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a great place.
Fitness.
It's
They
such-
have
I
a lot
love-
of
I
fitness
love-
camps,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I like Bali for that same reason.
Yeah.
I am more of a fan of Bali.
I like them both so much.
Yeah.
Both
yeah.
are so good. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, to each their own, of course. I mean, a lot of friends of mine, they absolutely love Thailand. They absolutely love it. But for me, I do like to go on retreats every now and again. And I actually I was visiting your website, of course, because when I do invite a guest, I studied the guest before they come on the show. And I saw that you do retreats as well.
I do, yeah.
And you do really nice retreats.
Yeah,
I was very impressed.
Yeah, retreats, teacher trainings, like, but all in like such nice
Like the
locations.
spas and
Thailand,
the it was nice retreats.
Yeah.
Some of the retreats that you find online.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit hippie style. Yeah, that's not my thing, no.
Yeah, it's really, it had me very interested in it. I loved it. I was checking out everything that you were doing. So that's really amazing that you've come from being a bartender to going to a monastery to finding yourself. You could say finding yourself, I guess, is what happened.
Yeah.
And then now you're in Dubai, you're a successful businesswoman, an entrepreneur, you're a coach, you have, you know, online, I think, publications where people can find you. I mean, so much has happened in your life. So
Yeah.
I think that's to be congratulated. And
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. People during COVID, a lot of people may be turning to substance abuse. People,
I think so. I think,
not in the UAE,
No.
but outside, you know, and we do have a worldwide audience, so we're speaking to
Yeah,
more
not
than
only,
just here, of
but
course.
you know, cigarettes are also in a way substance abuse, and also drinking alcohol on a regular basis is substance abuse, and overeating is also substance
Yes,
abuse. So,
yes.
And I think a lot of people went through like really difficult times during COVID. It triggered a lot of like depression, anxiety, fear, stress. I know that the suicide rates really increased, which is just such a horrible thing to realize, that people just like went through so much darkness, you know.
Yes.
And because of what? Because they don't have the understanding that it is not the end of the world, and they are just succumbed by fear and following everything that the media tells them. And I personally just feel that it's so horrible, you know.
I
It's
agree.
so horrible. Just blindly believing what we're being told, and just getting so scared that there's no other options for you but to have this paycheck or to have this job. And personally, I really don't think that way. I think that even if the whole world around us like goes into a crisis, we can still like manifest things for ourselves, abundance. It's all about mindset. I think, you know, during this time, my business improved so much. I really managed to take the opportunities out of the crisis, you know what I mean? Rather than think, oh my God, no, everything is going to go wrong. So yeah.
Absolutely. Amazing. I love it. So it's all about empowerment, encouraging people to be together, to stand together, not to be depressed, not to be discouraged. There's so much that you can do and say to feel better, but you just need that push. You just need that extra push.
Yeah, but I think also mostly we need to give that push to ourselves, right?
Yes, we need that push.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whether we do it with breathing, with yoga, with
With
any
mindset, with any other practices. I mean, seriously, if you can't constantly give yourself that push, then who's going to do it for you?
Absolutely agree.
I do know that it's a difficult, like it took me so long to get to a stage where these things do not affect me that much anymore. I understand that that's a difficult journey for a lot of people, but in the end it's possible, and anything you want to, I firmly believe that anything you want to create is up to you.
Right.
So this whole idea that a pandemic is going to ruin our lives, I don't really believe in it.
Absolutely agree. And that's why we're here to encourage, to motivate, and to help other people, watching who might be struggling. Guys, on that note, we're going to take a short commercial break. I'll be back with more of Kaya Peters and myself in just a few. And we are back, guys at home. Thanks so much for joining me. You're locked into Angie live in Dubai, right here on VUUZLE TV. I'm joined in the studios with Kaya. She's here to talk to us about empowerment and entrepreneurship and what that can mean for you right now during this time of COVID, everything that you're experiencing. She has been through it all, and she's here today to talk to us. Kaya, thanks.
Thanks again.
Of course. It's amazing having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
So hearing about your story was awesome. Now we're going to talk about business, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I love it. So tell me what really got you into both empowerment in females? What made you, after everything you went through, decide, I want to live my life empowering females?
Well, I had a mom who was in a very abusive marriage with my dad, and I grew up seeing that. And I remember her telling me once, just make sure that you never depend on a man for anything. And I think that really stuck with me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not against men. I love men. I think men need to be empowered just as much as women. But I do feel that a lot of women need to understand that they essentially do not need a man to provide for their financial needs. And I just feel like that creates so much more much more freedom, and it creates more balanced relationships as well, because I believe often when a man just like pays for everything, it kind of becomes a power struggle between the two. And I feel like we've kind of outgrown that whole man needs to pay, woman needs to sit at home. I just don't really believe in it anymore. So I feel like I want to empower people in general, but in particular because I am a woman, obviously.
Yes.
And yoga does attract a lot of women to it. So I want to, if there's anything I could teach women, it's that, be independent, go for what you want. Don't wait around for someone to come and marry you or pay your bills or whatever, because it's just it's a shame. You know what I mean? You could be doing so many amazing things with your life.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you on that. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's more about letting women know that there's more to this than you having to be supported by a man.
Yeah.
You can do it yourself.
Yeah, you can. And I still believe there's really something big to say for being feminine and being receptive and being in a relationship. I love all that. But at the same time, we don't have to make ourselves smaller just to accommodate a relationship or a future, or you know what I mean?
Absolutely know what you mean. So Kaya, which experience in your life actually gave you these empowerment feelings? You talked about what your mom went through, so that happened. Have you ever yourself faced any issues with any male counterpart that made you feel like you had to actually step it up? Or is it just something since then that you decided you're just going to take over and be an inspiration for other women out there?
Well, I've been through a whole lot of experiences with male counterparts.
Okay. Okay.
I just, what can I say to this? Because it's, a bit personal.
Oh, sure.
I just feel that as a woman, you there's something really big to say for being feminine and being receptive, and I don't believe that men and women are the same. So I'm not this feminist that wants to burn her bra and say that all men are evil, because that's not me.
Amazing.
At the same time, I feel that a lot of women are just kind of ingrained with this idea that they need this prince on the white horse to come and take care of them and solve all their problems for them, and they're not good enough if they're not married at 35 or don't have a, you know, a boyfriend or a husband, and that is something that I just don't really believe in. So for me personally, every time that I have a little bit of success, I feel more empowered and more able to, you know, live my life happily regardless of my relationship status. That's
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
I actually read, you said that people tend to live their lives according to society's standards.
Yeah, it's so true, right?
Right, that's exactly what you were talking about,
Yeah.
getting married at a certain age,
Yeah.
having children, people judge you, they think,
Yeah.
oh, you need to get married, you need to have kids, this is the life you have to live. You know, so how do you believe that somebody, let's say somebody watching, could step out of that if that's ingrained in them,
Yeah.
and they've been brought up with saying, hey, this is what you need to do? How do you help them say, hey, there's another world out there?
Thank God a lot of people are waking up to that, right? A
Yeah.
lot of people are starting to realize that that's not the only way. So it's not only about marriage or, you know, having kids, but also working in a job, needing to buy a house, needing to drive a certain car. All of this, how do you free yourself from that? Well, you know, God, that's a good question. It took me a long time to free myself from that. I think, you know, spiritual practices are always a great way. Like yoga is a great way to awaken to another, you know, level, I think. But any kind of spiritual practice, meditation, any mindfulness practice, watching inspirational videos, people who have done their own thing, people who have created their own business, created their own success. So just, you know, being inspired by those kind of examples and realizing that it is actually possible.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. You're so inspirational. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
No, that's really, I love it. I love it. I mean, more people need to hear these sort of things in their life, to step out of their comfort zone and say, hey,
Yeah.
we can do something else.
We can do what we want.
Yeah, which leads me to my next question. How do you create a job from a life of passion? This is something you're very successful at.
Yeah, so personally, I believe that a job without passion is not worth having. So I just want to make that really clear. I do not believe that your life's purpose is sitting in an office from 9 to 5 and feeling miserable and not having a time to travel, not having the finances to do what you want. I am completely like, I don't believe that that's your only option. So for me, you know, yoga was always a big passion, and design as well. So I also have my own clothing brand. I don't know if you know
I
that.
saw that, yes.
So I just, you know, at one point I decided I'm going to go for this dream. I'm going to create a business out of what I love, and whatever it takes, I will do this. And it took a while. It took a couple of years for things to really like starting to be
7
financially.
years?
No, it's actually after 3 years things started. Like first I was a freelancer, then I opened my school, and things really started to go well for me on a financial level as well. But I really did sacrifice a lot for it. I never went out. I never went to clubs. I never like had boyfriends in those times. Like I just really focused on work. But in the end it paid off, because now I have the freedom to do whatever I want, to travel, to live where I want. I live in 4 places at the same time. I have like a lot of fun. I have a lot of great, you know, great students. I love my work. And it's just kind of a dream life. I work from my bed most days. Like that's
nice.
that's another really good thing. Like I just don't leave my bed.
I love it. I love
yeah,
it. I love it. I
it's
love
good,
it.
yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, I
It is
know.
lovely.
I really loved. Of course, I knew about the clothing brand. I knew about the online courses. It looked
Yeah.
really great. I love all your pictures. The color.
Thank you.
Everything is so perfect.
Thank you.
On your pages.
Yeah, but that's a good point actually, because that's some feedback that I've often received, that everything looks so perfect, but people I think don't know where I came from. And I mean, I was overweight most of my life. I went through a lot of trauma as a child. Like I lost my family at a really young age. I had a really abusive father. I went through a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? So for me to get to a point where people look at me as perfect, it almost like kind of shocks me a little bit, because inside I know the things that I went through and all the difficulties that I had to overcome in order to be who I am today.
Right.
So it definitely wasn't a perfect life at all. No.
Okay.
You know?
So it took you a while to
It
get
took me
there.
a long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, bless you.
Yeah.
Well, I know you said you're very well traveled. You've been all over the world. Do you have
Yeah.
any one place that you haven't been, let's say, that's on your bucket list?
Yeah, I need to go. You know, actually before COVID happened, I was supposed to go to Mexico, the US. I was supposed to do like a whole US and South America trip for a month. And everything got obviously canceled due to COVID. So Mexico is on my number one list. I really want to go to that part of the world.
It's my border country.
Yeah, I can't wait
Very
to
good.
go.
Bienvenidos a México, mi amor.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Anywhere else in South America that particularly interests you, or? And I'm assuming you look like a Tulum girl, by the way. If you're talking about
I want to
Mexico,
go to Tulum, yeah.
I can see that you're a Tulum girl. I
That's
can see it
exactly
right now.
where I
You know,
wanna-
I can just see it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I want to go.
I
South
could just
America,
see it.
I would love to go to Guatemala. I've heard so many good things about it. I wanted to go to Costa Rica. I wanted to go to Panama. You know, I watched all these you know, all these series with which it was kind of happening over there in Mexico.
Amazing,
and
amazing.
Colombia is also a place I really want to go to.
Should also look into places like Peru with the Incas and everything, because you know, with the Celestine prophecy that was written down in Peru and all the energy, I feel like you'd really be into that.
Yeah.
Of course, Guatemala is amazing. My aunt is from Guatemala. Happy birthday, Auntie Sandra. Of course, it's my aunt's birthday.
Oh,
my family in Guatemala.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, Auntie Tia. But yeah, that part of the world is very amazing. I mean, we're very big with the Mayan culture and the Incas. So if you're really into that kind of spirituality, there is a lot to see in my region.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like
and
the Caribbean and Central South America is amazing.
I was so bummed out, but in the end, you know, I ended up staying here and just using this as an opportunity to improve many other things, which is something that I think a lot of people could really benefit from, to hear that. Like when things don't go your way, it usually means that there's something better that's supposed to happen for you. So just like take things as they come, use these things as an opportunity. If you did lose your job, which of course is very unfortunate, but you know, use it to improve yourself spiritually. Use it to meditate every day. Use it to attract something that you really want to create in your life, rather than sitting at home and like really being worried and sad. And I know that's not easy. It's easier said than done. But I do believe it's possible. Like, you know, everything is about mindset, right?
Absolutely agree. I love it. Tell me something really quickly. In Dubai, your line of work, is there anybody out there that you would, let's say, consider your competition?
In Dubai?
Or in the world?
So I have a very interesting view on competition. I believe it doesn't exist.
I love it.
Because I believe that the universe is abundant. I believe that there's enough for everyone. So it means that if people do not come to me and they go somewhere else, it's probably because they are a better match to that energy, or they can learn more there. So I never believe in competition, and I always try to share as much as I can with my fellow yoga teachers or fellow entrepreneurs. And you know, I like to refer people to other people. I like to do collaborations. I hate that idea of like, oh, there's not enough for me and that's why I'm competing with this person. It's not a good energy to be in.
So guys, if you are watching and you see this, then understand that energy is very negative. Don't get caught up in that competitive nature. Understand that everybody has something to offer. I think that was such a great input there. I love that. I love that. Guys, on this note, it's about time for us to take a short commercial break. I'll be back with more of myself and Kaya in just a few. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I am Angela Gegg, and you're watching Angie Live in Dubai. Today's show is all about empowerment, motivating, encouraging both men and women. But of course, we want to promote and encourage our fellow females out there. I'm joined in the studios with Kaya Peters.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Angela.
Absolutely. She's a coach, a yoga instructor. She has books, online courses. This woman has done and accomplished so much. So I'm thrilled to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Speaking about that, why don't you let our audience know if they wanted to get a hold of you, if they wanted to reach out to you, how could they find you, Kaya?
Well, I'm quite active on social media. So my Instagram page, Kaya Loves with 3 S's.
Yes.
And I have websites. I mean, I have different things. What would you like to know?
Whatever, however you want people to find you. Kaya Loves.
Yeah, you can find me on my blog, kayaloves.com, with only 1 S, kayaloves.com.
Yes.
So you can find me there, and from there you can find my other brands as well.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, I've also posted on our page, and I will be posting you and linking back to all your accounts.
Amazing. Thank you.
So our viewers watching can always reach out to you if they need to.
Thank you so much.
Thanks as well.
Yeah.
Of course, this show wouldn't be what it is without a little trivia. So we have to have a little fun in the show today, Kaya.
Sure.
Are you ready for a little
I'm ready.
Are you ready for some trivia?
Yeah, I was in my previous interview. She asked me to stand on my head.
No.
So, yes.
Can you do that?
No, because I'm wearing a dress.
Wait a minute. Can you stand on, guys at home? Hey,
yeah, I can stand on my head. I mean, I'm a yoga instructor, right? But I did wear a dress today, so that's not going to happen.
And you actually did that? You stood on the head?
I stood on my head in the studio, yeah.
Damn, sis. That is awesome. Okay, so tell me, I know this might be personal, but let me know. Is there any special someone in your life right now? If you don't want to answer, don't answer.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, cute. Very cute. I love it. Okay, we won't ask anymore. No revealing. So guys, she's single. I mean, she's not single, sorry. Not ready to mingle. Celebrity crush.
Johnny Depp in his young years.
Right? I'm with you on that. Seriously, I'm with you on
Like
that.
we're soul sisters.
I'm telling you, girl. If
Yeah.
you could be any superhero, who would you be and why?
I'm so not into superheroes. Wow, that's hard. I don't know.
And Catwoman, nothing.
No, I just.
Okay, halas. Just you.
If I could fly, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me something. We're going to answer these questions, these trivia questions, one word, and we're going to be very fast.
Okay.
Why is the sun so hot?
Because it's burning.
Why is the sky blue?
Because it's high.
Who stole the eggs?
You?
Angie stole the eggs. Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Nah. RuPaul?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Okay. Favorite fruit?
Papaya.
Woo! Very good. You do belong in Central South America.
Yeah.
What do you love most about Dubai? One word.
Diversity.
Like boys tall or skinny?
Tall?
Tall. Okay, yes. Wine or whiskey? Oh, none.
Wine.
Wine. Okay, okay.
No. I do drink wine.
Okay. Mom or dad? Halas. The dog.
No. It's difficult. It's difficult to say.
Okay.
I couldn't choose between.
Okay,
the two.
cool. Pizza or pasta?
Pizza for sure.
Yeah. One boyfriend or two?
One. I'm totally for monogamous long-term relationships.
Oh, just teasing.
I don't know what all that other stuff is that people do nowadays. It's not for me.
It's trivia. This is a little fun.
One boyfriend.
One boyfriend. I love it. Yeah. Beach or jungle?
Oh, that's very hard. I guess beach, yeah.
Chicken or fish?
Fish.
Do you like your eggs fried or scrambled?
Scrambled.
Favorite destination other than Dubai?
Thailand. Yeah, Phuket.
Yes, Thailand,
I go there all the time.
Thailand.
And Istanbul, of course.
Oh, okay. Why Istanbul? I know.
I don't know. I produce my clothes there for my clothing brand.
Okay.
That place
Okay.
is just, it's so beautiful. It's so like magical. I love it.
I love it.
I really want to have a second home there.
I love it. Very nice.
Yeah.
If you had any amount of money in the world, unlimited funds, one thing that you could purchase, what would it be?
A house in Istanbul.
Oh, nice. Over Thailand.
I already have one.
Ooh, nice. So then you have to take us sometime. You have to invite us next
come
time.
Anytime.
I love it. I see you're having a retreat in November. Is that still on? Or
yeah, it's still on.
With the
it's
situation,
still
not
on.
so sure?
It's still on. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, right? So,
Right. Okay, cool.
I mean, let's see. A lot of the things that we were planning, that we were doing with my yoga school, we kind of put it online for the time being. So I just also think that it's important to be socially responsible. I'm not going to ask people to do things when it's, I was supposed to do a launch for my clothing brand. I canceled it because I just felt like people are going through such a hard time.
Yes.
So let me do things that are actually helpful rather than, promoting stuff. And no, it's let's see what will happen. But supposedly it's still happening. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Yeah, I looked at that. It looked really nice.
Yeah,
it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, star sign.
Mine, Capricorn.
Capricorn.
I'm the most typical Capricorn that you will ever meet.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Capricorns are all about business, finance, groundedness, stability, commitment. Like that's the Capricorn basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
and my final question on Get to Know Kaya trivia.
Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Cats. Yeah.
Okay, cats.
Yeah.
All right. So see, we get to know you with all these little questions.
Yeah.
I love it. Kaya, any final words? Any special hellos to anyone out there?
Special hello?
Yeah.
No
Okay.
special hellos, but final words definitely to anyone who is, not going through the best time right now, struggling, feeling like they're a bit lost, or things have changed during COVID, just remember that there's a lot of people out there that can give you value, inspiration, and that in the end it's all about your mindset, adjusting to the current situation, and maybe there is a big opportunity in whatever is going on right now. So make sure to not get too down, not too depressed, and focus on your improvement, and everything will be okay.
I love it. I love it. Guys, so Kaya, her final words with us on the show today, very inspirational. Check her out, you guys. If you have any questions, you can always contact her. That is all the time that I have for today. Very big happy birthday to my tia Sandra, all the way in Guatemala. That's my auntie there, Aunt Sandra. God bless you. I love you. With my cousin Charles and my uncle Douglas. Sending shout outs to you all the way from Dubai. Guys at home, we've got Vegas, New York, Los Angeles, Canada, Denver, Russia, Chicago, France, Morocco, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Argentina, and Brazil are all watching. And to every person that's tuned in worldwide, you guys rock, especially those of you right here in the United Arab Emirates. We love you, Dubai. Guys at home, more giveaways have been added this week as shark, jet ski, and banana boat packages. They are all available for giveaways on my website, as well as dinner from the fabulous Puerto 99 restaurant in the Blue Waters right here in Dubai. Check out my website. You guys can enter. Log on to angelageg.com, enter the sweepstakes, and go to my VUUZLE page. You guys can go there, enter as much as you can. The more entries means the more chances you have to win. Guys at home, send me your requests, send me your shout outs. Send them over to agag@VUUZLElive.com. Broadcasting live from our studios right here in Media City for VUUZLE TV. I am Angela Gag. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
It's a beautiful